Okay, we're back. We are back. This. Okay. Well, we already have an asset. What we did yesterday, which was a little bit. I don't know. We have several assets. Don't you love this asset? Remember this? This is going for a month. December 16. And we were. I'm very happy. Look at this. And look at this. What about this? Did you love this one? This is the last one. We're going to open this. Five. This is a good one. It seems there is no 4, 3, and 2, and 1, 9. This is probably the first one. We were, no, oh my God, look at this. We were. November 22. We announced this on October, but we started on November. Oh, here's the two. Oh my God, look at this. What we were trying to do here? To drag and drop. Drag and drop. 20 November. I wish we can finish this in our lifespan because some work it, it is, does not see a conclusion where the author is alive. I have hope that we will be able to see this on production. 14. Look, we have this 4 here. We started with the rotation. Anything. And there is a process. The process is basic. Mm, We click the details of this, and then we click on the back button. But YouTube, the web developers didn't perform a refresh of the videos. So here's an opportunity for them because we have this scenario in the emojongi, where we we need to preserve the state and maybe update the web page. In here, there should be a new record in here. But most likely, these people don't use their products. They are so good at software development. I'm not trash talking YouTube. I love YouTube. But it's part of my life. In the past, I was watching YouTube all the time. But you know, some people are so eager to become lead tech lead, software senior architect. I don't know. They want to. I don't know. But then you have these products. They don't love their products. They love themselves and their careers and how they climb the thing. But they don't love the product they're building. I'm not saying I'm a better person than them. But now I need to refresh. And it's taking forever. And now we have the record. But this should be when we click this channel content, there should be. Now it is because we have refreshed. But this is expensive. Maybe I'm pretty positive that some software developer came and say, we shall put this new record if a user is having this new content. But maybe the guy in charge of the money say, yeah, well, that's bandwidth, and now see that for millions of users at the same time, it will cost a lot of money in terms of bandwidth. Of course, Google own their data centers, what is money, operational money. Uh, so they say maybe the user can click here. They can leave it by pressing a button, and that's it. Believe me, probably there were from hundreds of software developers they have trying to to really collaborate with the product. Some people really care about the product. That's why we have these amazing products out there. Well, sometimes it's the people in charge, the guys with the money. I say, oh no, let's put this later. Only a lot of people complain, right? Don't blame the software developers. There are more people in the teams. Okay, let's shut up. Let's shut up and see if we are live. 8 minutes. Oh my glasses. I don't know how much time I will be here. I feel a little bit. I don't know. This is a challenge. Are we able to drown here? Now we are able to drown. Of course, you cannot erase this, maybe. No, it's already part of an image. Now that will be, oh my god, that will be, I don't know, if they manage to recognize as these files being created with their software and put in some internal database, in file database. and say this was drawn with those also. They should be able to draw. But it's a lot, believe me, that would be a lot of functionality. That would be really a hard time for the software developer to map everything that has been drawn. Maybe the colors of the pixels. I don't know. I don't even want to think about this problem. So let us think about our problem that we have invented. So apparently this is 260, and this is minus 5. But in all honesty, I'm not seeing right away a way to translate from these numbers this number. I don't see any formula uh, to turn. We can start by subtracting, by adding, but that's not the way to go. At least we have a reference. Now we're not going to try and we're not going to try and find a translation formula from these numbers to these numbers. Uh, what we are going to do is see what's in here, come up with formulas in relation with the rotation, and this will be our test point, and it should translate this, or at least quite near. That's why we wanted to have this because finding a formula to translate from this is not the straightforward. It will take us several days if it exists. We have another one here. By the way, this is not minus 5. From here to here, there is 5, 10. There is 10. But who says here is exactly in the middle? Who says that? So most likely this will be an approximation. Let's use this column. I really wish for a robot to tell us the answer. Now let's go back. Maybe we should study a little bit of linear algebra and uh, put all in terms of matrices. Uh, Forget about this brute force approach. Maybe we should spend 3 weeks, 4 weeks with linear algebra and, try a translation coordinate, mapping, something like that. The more mathematics, the better. Anyway, and this show should have fixed time in the day so people can say, hey, I'm not going to the party because there will be a live streaming with this guy. Uh, I prefer to see this guy instead of going to the party. I'm not going to the date with you because I prefer to be with this guy in a live streaming show. You can come and we can have a date while watching this guy. Okay, I don't know what to do. I don't think this is minus 5. This is minus 10. This is -5, and this is 0, but I'm not sure if this is exactly in the middle. Oh yeah, we have this thing here. This is 40. Uh, this is 450 here, and we have these numbers, so it's in the middle. So yeah, this is correct. Now we have a point to test. But now I don't know what formula to test. Mm, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So these are the coordinates. So this come from E. I'm just writing. Oh my God. Event. These are right from the event. Oh my God. Sometimes I want to sing because out of frustration of not knowing what to do. But that will be silly for you to see me singing live. There is an unemployed software developer running a live streaming show in which eventually he starts singing because he's so frustrated of not knowing what to do. So he started with the singing, like with the nonsense and with this veritas world hallucinations. Okay, there should be a way. It seems so easy. It seems so easy, so easy, so easy, so easy. It seems so easy. That's the mapping seems easy. Mm, mm. It seems so easy. This is 0, 0. We are able to. We we know where. We know this point. Uh, besides being 0, 0, we know that this point is uh, 450. 200, 210 plus 250. I'm not sure if we are going to be able to do this in the next phase, or maybe next month, maybe the next month. That's why I need to organize myself and study linear algebra and continue with the brute force here and going with the linear algebra. So if nothing works, eventually we will hit a point in linear algebra in which we will be able to express this problem with the tools of linear algebra, with the concepts of linear algebra, and then migrate the thing to linear algebra instead with the rotation matrix, rotation matrix. I will need to do this 2 hours a day, and at the same time trying to find another time in the day in which I continue with the linear algebra. So maybe the next month we should be able to migrate from this framework to the linear algebra. But I'm going to explain uh, the things because right now I'm not seeing any relation. Yeah, I am not thinking hard on these problems somehow. We know this point. We know this point. We know this point. And of course we know this point. Since we know this point, we know this point and we know all the points in the rectangle. We can calculate them. But now, having these two and this, how can I translate this one to become, uh, you know, even if we subtract or add, there's nothing here. Uh, maybe it's something I'm starting to move in my mind. Hopefully, it's not being injected from Rita's oral because that will be depressing for me because they will be depriving me to learn and exercise my intellectual being just because of the reaching the goal. Reaching the goal should not be mandatory. This has been said by the Steve Jobs. Uh, important is the, I'm going to say trouble, but it's yours. It's a learning process, being exercising the intellectual being. That's the important thing for a human being. If you're only reaching for objectives, no matter what, then you are an animal. We are animals, humans. You will be no different than, I'm not even saying lion. A lion is too much for some humans. But at the same time, you cannot use an ant. because that will be depressing for the ants because these are hardworking animals. These little fellows are hardworking animals. I don't know anything about the brain of these guys. I don't even count. I don't even count it, how many legs they have. So I'm going to use it. Hopefully, it's not offensive to the ants. These are very hardworking animals, so I cannot compare some humans that, that, that are only focused on reaching the goal, no matter what, without principles, without values. To ants, it's offensive to the ants. I cannot say lions because apparently the lion is the king. I don't know who said that, but it seems people to agree that it's a good animal to be a king. Probably some other animal will feel offended. Hey, I am the king in the jungle, not the lion. Who said the lion? Uh, Probably these things comes from the ancient history where people lions behave differently. I don't know what the people like knowledge or something, value different things. In the past. So I cannot say. So if you are like this, I have diminutive brains. They cannot compute a lot, so they are only focused on finding some sort of food and say, here's some food. Let's take this food for ourselves. Uh, I don't care if there is water, there is a beautiful landscape, and there are some mountains, there's the sun. The ant doesn't care about that. Here's a lake, and here's some trees. The ant does not care about this. They say, let's take this to our home, and that's it. You will be very constrained in your mind. But if you enjoy the journey, you want to go from here to here, and then you will do something. You are exploring. You are not reaching to this place. You're exploring, trying solutions. You spend some time in the water, and then go back here. Hey, what a journey when you reach the goal. Maybe you didn't reach the goal. Hey, you die here. In your time of dying, you say, "Oh, what a journey!" I didn't forget about the good things that make life worth living for free people in the world, at least. I'm talking about enslaved people. Uh, these are beautiful drawings. Just to procrastinate. No, I'm not procrastinating. I'm saying that in the context of Veritas world, if someone is telling you the answer, if there is some sort of artificial intelligent device injecting the answer in your brain, then you're becoming not even an ant. Not even an ant. Believe me, these animals are hardworking. You are not working. They're giving you the answer right in your brain. You're be, you're not even. You will become a parasite maybe if the answers are right to your brain. You are becoming a parasite. Think carefully when these products arrive to the market in the future. Because these little animals compute things. If there is an eagle in the sky, if there is an eagle in, I always put this example. There's a beautiful eagle. Look how beautiful it is. He's smiling at you, but he has a big. I learned this from the Lord of the Rings. This word, big. So it's good for you to read books because your vocabulary increases. So this beautiful eagle is in the sky. It looks like a duck, but it's not. It does not fly like a duck, so it's not a duck. But it looks like a duck, but it does not fly like a duck. It flies differently. I cannot believe I'm doing this. So this here is an eagle. They are computing things because here's a lake again, and here's a beautiful fish. It's smiling. Why is he smiling? Because this is a clever fish. He already saw the eagle, but the eagle also saw the fish, and the eagle have some brain and have computed or has computed. I don't know, has or has. So the eagle is thinking, this fish, I have studied this fish for since I was in the nest. I have been observing. So this fish moves like this, and I'm going to catch it right here. I better go this way. And I throw myself this way to the lake. But this has some survival instinct and say, oh my God, I'm seeing this eagle. So it goes this way. And the fish saves the day. And the eagle finds some other thing in here. Some beautiful stones that the eagle can take to the nest to its children, little eagles, so they can play something, right? So don't become a parasite. Don't use AI right into your brain. Exercise your intellectual brain. The objective should not be sufficient, but the learning journey. If you are in speed to the market, and people are in this in a great some if you are in the speed to the market because you want to maximize profits, you think money will make you happy, or at least will pay the bills, which is true. And some people are wanting want they want content, a lot of content. They are always scrolling their cell phones. Content is not enough for them. They need a lot of content to entertain themselves. So they are brainless doing this. At some point they stop and they continue. If they are consuming at that speed, then you need all the speed that you need, all the speed that you can afford to hit the market. And you will use AI because, hey, this is helping me to reach the market great speed, and the people wants the content. They are demanding a lot of content, and they don't care about the content anymore how it's created. So I'm using this. So there you go, the two sides of the coin. Now for ourselves, we can use some sort of AI and say, hey, we have this problem, and the AI will perhaps will not give us the answer. And it will lead us to clear thinking. Then we are going to say, oh, okay, it's like this. We can take it from here, AI. We can do that. But somehow I'm just having these 2 hours to, uh, I'm entertaining myself. I'm drawing ants, I'm drawing eagles. I'm having a good time here. And this thing will hit the production side. Okay. This thing will hit the markets eventually, so I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about how limited my mathematics are. That I can, I am like in Babylon. I agree. The pyramids of Egypt in terms of mathematics. I know how to make addition and subtraction. Probably that's it. Oh, we have moved to the Greeks because now we find the trigonometric functions. But we need to arrive at the time when linear algebra entered the scene so we can express these problems with the insane amount of knowledge that civilizations have produced in the entire history. But yet you can see me hesitating in a day. Oh my gosh, should I do this? Should I do that? And my life is wasting away. My life is slipping away from my hands. So I don't know what's happening with me. Uh, so yeah, I'm going to spend these 2 hours with you talking nonsense, as you're saying. Then I will continue with my algebra journey, my mathematics journey. And eventually in February, we will be able to express this with linear algebra. We will continue with the brute force here, several approaches, but at the same time, starting today, algebra, moving in time from the Greeks to the Renaissance. And then back here with the mathematics of today. And what are today's mathematics? I don't even know. But these mathematics, simple, are helping us. But the guys that delivered you the computer, that built the computer, digital computer, this software, they know a lot of mathematics. Believe me. Uh, Trust me on that one. The kind of mathematics that tame electricity to build the circuits, to design the circuits in your computer. And the operating system have to prove the correctness of an operating system. That includes formal, I don't remember, formal methods. At least I know these things exist. But yeah, we are very far away in this is the history of civilization. We are almost with bows and arrows, in terms of mathematics. We probably I'm not even able to build a bow. Uh, I think it does not require mathematics because some tribes have made it. So anyway, let's go back to this after the detour because we want to procrastinate. Mm, there is no way for me to see a translation right away from here to here. But we know this point, and still, with these two numbers, I'm not able to see this as a result of something. Or here, 100, 360. How I do mix these two numbers in a function? How can I say, hey, function, we have this and we have this. Please give me -5. I cannot see it. Mm, okay, so let's. It seems easy, but I cannot see it. Maybe this will be another 2 hours of just nonsense. I cannot see it. Maybe I need to take a walk. Yeah, I cannot see it. 0, 0, 150, 360. This becomes 0, 0. It seems so easy. It seems inverted. Look at this. There is an inversion here. 300 minus 100 is 260. And 450. I mean, this one minus this one is this guy. So it's right in your face, as Robert said, we say. Right in the face of it. But I don't know how to use that phrase. I want to sound cool like Robert Sedgwick. But I don't know how to use that phrase, right in the face of it. He was talking about algorithms, quadratic time. But I want to see myself cool, like that guy, so knowledgeable. The guy is using white hair, because he knows too much. I want to say, hey, this is the way these guys talk, so I need to talk like them. So I want to use this phrase right in the face of it. But I don't find the circumstances to use that phrase because I don't understand the phrase at all. Right in the face of it. This is not an English topic on idioms in English. But you tend to want to talk like the people you look up to, like Daphne Cooler, or the names I'm always repeating. I was watching these interviews of Daphne Cooler, and eventually I said, okay, so I should talk like that, like her. I didn't say I should study probabilistic graphical models like her. I told to myself, I should talk like her. But what you wanna do is do the things they do. If they do mathematics, like Daphne Cooler, she's an expert on probability. Yeah. Then you say, I should study probability. Well, I should emulate how she talks, right? It's easy. The first, the later. Uh, but it's a little bit difficult to understand probability because it's on your imagination. How you throw a die 1 million times. That's how books on probability starts. Imagine you throw a die 1,000, 1 million times. The probability is 0.5. Then you start, okay, now what? I'm not going to doing like this. I'm not going to do that. So with the computers, it's easy to simulate those experiments. But in the past, those guys really have their imagination to the extreme. They took their imagination to the limits. So get it right, people. Don't look. It's not enough. Be. You know, it's more important. It's the essence to really be uh, like the people you admire. Uh, it's a matter to spend the hours, sit down, start counting, and then you will arrive to probability theory eventually. But now I have 40 years old and I know all of this. In the past, I was saying, okay, no, I don't know how to read these books. I'd rather read the biographies of these people. So maybe there is a secret that they have and I don't have. But now I know. And if you're a young man, young woman, a young person, it's about don't hesitate. Just read the book. And if the book is not enough, there are books obscuring the topics. They want to, I don't know what they want, but then you will find the right books and the right content for you, and you will make it if you spend the hours. And don't think there is this belief in which you have to be 10,000 hours I don't know, 10 years to become an expert. It's even well supported, an experiment well supported. But maybe that's if you want to become like the superstar, the world records. Or if at some point you, and these people started when they were kids, they were 7 years old, 12 years old. But if you are in your 20s, like Oliver Heaviside, he was in his 20s. Believe me, he didn't spend 10 years. I believe that in 4 years time frame, he was able to understand the Maxwell work that he intended to understand. So don't believe that thing of the 10 years so literal. Maybe in 2 years you can become very well fluent or proficient in something if you remain consistent. But someone will say 2 years is too much for me, kid, but I want it now. Well, believe us, we want the answer too. But we need to live less to allow our brain to adapt. It is an organ also. So he needs to adapt to the intellectual punches that you are giving to your brain. Hey, brain, I'm giving you this, I'm giving you. And the brain, okay, let me put my word. I will adapt. I will become strong. That's it. More coaching, no work at all. Still, I wanted to say this because it took me quite a while to really see these things. I wish I can organize all the ideas I have gathered and all the time and put it in a simple uh, book for you, free of access, of course. And then you can buy it if you want to support, but it should be free. But it took me quite a lot of time, quite a lot of pain. Uh, yeah, but I don't know if I will be able to do that without sounding too arrogant or too harsh with some people. So it seems we have uh, the answer. Look at this. At the point is right here. We have our 0, 0 right here. This is our 0, 0 in this rotation. So we have what is here is beautiful. There will be more angles of rotation. I don't know how this 45 will really behave. This has been a little bit adversarial, but it's a friendly angle. It's beautiful. Well, it has been a little given us a little. It has given us opportunity to think. But this guy, this 45, is friendly. Yeah, this is 45. This is friendly. It's like here's a nose and here's a mouse. It look angry, but in reality, it's a friendly guy. Maybe it's a smile. Maybe the nose goes here and the eyes go here. No, it's friendly. Maybe not, I don't know. Okay, enough with the nonsense. Uh, oh, um, okay, so this is 45. We're going to run some more points. Maybe this was too extreme yesterday, the 0, 0. In mathematics, when you're solving equations, this is a friendly number to try. But in here, it was too far away from the problem that we are solving, that we are considering. Here's the eye of the storm. Here. And we were considering this because it's customary mathematics from the little things I have seen. And this is a friendly guide to try in your equations. Uh, but in here, it was too far away, and it gave us the the idea that provided us it was too unrelated to what's happening here. It was too far away. It feels disconnected. But now we have a guy here, and now we are able to see that this guy is indeed 445 minus 40, this thing on y. So the x become y. And here it is. And then this one with this guy, the y became x. But in here we started subtracting from this coordinate, which reminds us of something that we saw somewhere. Okay, let me draw this thing. Besides, remember that this guy is fine. Thing. I think there is a formula in the rotation, uh, including the rotation. Uh, these are the quadrants in normal mathematics. Um, and here these two are positive, and in here this guy is like this. In here both of them are negative, and in here one is positive, and here is negative. So we are here apparently to this thing, to this guy. But we started in here. We started with two positive numbers. We ended here, maybe because of said 90 degrees rotation. We started here and we rotated, so we will need another experiment. Or I think, no, this is a maybe. But remember, we tried to do this at the beginning when we were being silly about the angles. We found that 30 angles, 30-degree angles, and this, uh, the values get switched. Something like this. Something like that. I don't quite remember. But the things were inverted. Now let's formalize this with subtraction and addition. Maybe we should use quadrants here because the symbols will move. At 1 hour. Okay, we're going to call this AB. Not sure if you are able to see this. Um, I don't know. My webcam is here, right here. Okay, so let's formalize this in another color. This is, I don't know which. Here's a purple. Yes. I would like to take a break. I don't want to continue. I don't want to see that this thing will not work. But then you can remember the Lord of the Rings again, in which the Owen says that she does not want to be seen as a kid that lacks uh, the strength. We will use that word, the strength to fulfill a task that is boring. The idea is that that is the idea. So even when the things start to look like this, without you start losing ground again, you should have the strength to take it to the final point. I mean, this is worthly. This is worth. But there are things that it's not necessary to take those things to the final point. And doing that is just, I don't know. If you buy something, some meal, you don't have to eat the entire meal. Mm, You can have a lot of wisdom from the Lord of the Rings. You can draw a lot of wisdom from the Lord of the Rings. So I will recommend that book. Uh, uh, but then the Bible is it's always there. Is in all the books. All the people read the Bible. I mean, those writers. Uh, it's the Bible is present in a lot of works of the writers from the past. Uh, so read the Bible and read the Greeks if you want to understand what they are talking about. There will be reference to the Bible and to the Greeks works. I haven't read all the works by the Greeks, and I don't feel bad when I don't understand a reference. When I don't know a reference, the origin of a reference to a Greek word, I say, okay, and they were like that. But the Bible is a different thing. I would recommend reading the Bible. One hour. So for this point, it is B, and these numbers will change. So they will this formula will not solve. Uh, Imagine the number. They always will be. They always be positive because of the nature of the viewport on the canvas. We start at 0, 0. So all of these are positive. So we have that. We have something. But still, if you should be able to find a formula, rotation formula or translation formula, that would be amazing. Especially if it is some sort of formalization already found in the past, like this elephant that was finding some works, is coming to the same conclusion. Some celebrated mathematicians. But that's again in relation to the validation side that you think that you need to. Hey, I am so great, like this mathematician. You should be free from that thinking. I am not free from that thinking yet. But if we manage to free ourselves from that, we will unlock another. We will expand our mindset. So you don't need to. You need to work hard, but without trying to be as celebrated as. I don't know. There's something that I myself want to get rid of. That probably not all the people need to do that. But I would like to free myself from that thinking. You know, but at the same time, work hard. What it means, because that thing is being told by Helfand himself. What it means is that from the very beginning, and this has been said by a lot of people, from the very beginning, when you are toddler, you're being told that you are not enough. This is a diaper. This is a baby kid that is sad. From the very beginning, you're being told that you are not enough, and you are growing like this. So you need to, uh, in the life, in your learning, to as soon as possible to say, remain that kid, remain being that kid, that not a baby kid, but that kid that you were, and say, I am enough. Right now, you will have long hair, maybe I don't know. You need to say, I am enough. Who say I'm not enough? I am enough. You will be an adult sitting, having lunch, but in your mind, you're a kid. You're free yourself of all the things that they told you. A lot of things that they were telling you. When you say, hey, I have built this thing for you. No, get it right, people. I am enough. All these people will live because they feed on that, on seeing you sad. More mathematics, less talking. And there's, oh my God. Here's, wait. Only for this point. I'm telling you, this will change. And for this rotation, 90 degrees. Finding a point in the 45 degrees It will not be easy. Maybe yes. Well, finding this point in here will not be easy. It will not be straightforward. So this is EX. So we will try, if it works for 90 degrees, we will try the several things. Maybe we should try with 180 degrees. We had friendly rotations. We have the rotation of 180 degrees. This is the positive marker. And, uh, and we will see that maybe the correspondence will be clearer. We have a lot of work to do. So this is EX, and this is not going to work. Oh no, I feel good about this. I don't feel good about this. Maybe tomorrow we're going to try this. And this is this one, and this is so this will be in here in these coordinates. This will be 260, mm, and here is 5. Okay, this is 5. So if we apply this b minus this thing, we still have 250, which is great. But if we apply this number, this guy, EX, minus this, I'm confused. I'm confused. Let us see here. This is 360 minus 100 is great. But now 451, 445 minus, minus, mm, Minus 5 starting with plus 5. Minus 100 405, 445. That will be 10, that will be here, so maybe this is a plus. So now, 45 is minus, maybe here's, I'm confused. Little bit, it's too much for me. If you say A minus, uh, if you say A is minus this is 5. I cannot see it. Okay, here we're saying plus. So 45 degrees. Or if we say plus, we need to then multiply by minus because we can we can say if the number is on this region here, it will be multiplied by negative. Or is in here? No, that's too much having this guy here. So okay, okay. Uh, Okay, 445 minus 450. This gives you this. So far, so good. 445 minus uh, uh, what's this? I'm not getting it here. 445 minus, this is positive. 450, this is minus 5. This is okay. But then 445 minus 455. That's minus 10. And we don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that. So we will need this sign. 150. We will need the concept of the region. So we can have some sort of origin that is here, 150, and this guy is minus side over here, and this guy is pi. So it seems that this guy should be zero. Uh, it's here. So this is zero, and this is 150 feet. Uh, it seems so. Okay, I think we find something. So, I don't know how to express this with the thing that we said yesterday, the mapping, the correspondence. Yes, okay, this is great because there should be another background. So, it seems so easy. Well, we cannot use this conversion rule. Uh, because this will be zero. This thing will become, if we use this thing will become zero. And if sometimes you put, believe it or not, I found recently in algebra that you can put the thing here. Uh, I don't know the nature of this operation. What is it that this operation really models? Because it's what's giving you from the problem. It gives you. I need to. I will best sometime. It's because one single thing can take you five hours to really to see. Because you can do this here and here, and it will give you. In order for me to say that I know what it does, but the nature of this operation, to be able to articulate the nature of this operation, I will need to invest like 5 hours really observing what's going on this, with this thing because it's interesting. Uh, it gives you like I don't know, there's something weird happened with this by changing this because in both cases it's true. In here it gives you a true statement, and in here it gives you another true statement, but different results, but they are true. Uh, Two answers of the same problem. I don't know. I will another thing that maybe I will never do. So this thing is not modeled in this way because it could become zero. But at the same time, it's so obvious. It's here. It's a problem of distance. And here too, 100 is uh, this distance from this guy. And even if the click happening here, uh, it will be the same. It is at this distance, some x distance from this guy, and it happens up way beyond the laptop screen. Is a distance from this point. saying the law and say over here and say over here from the other guy. But maybe it's because it is 90 degrees, the thing got inverted. We need to see it in some other angles. But I think it will be the same. If we imagine that we have 45 degrees here, and somehow we calculated the point here, this we can do it with a circle here. It will be a distance. Wait, for 45 degrees is here. So this is the new origin, but it is a distance. Let's suppose it's 300 in here. A distance from this here. But maybe it will change. And let us see if we can make it work for this guy. And then we should try the friendly 100, friendly 180, 180 degrees. Probably should be our starting point, or even zero rotation. Then we have the time pressure. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Uh, I don't want to take into account to have to put the sign. I would like the sign to be in the formula, in code, in the formula. You can have this. It's programming. You can have this condition. If the x is greater than this guy, you can have the signum function. Believe it or not, that's a function. If it is greater, because this is programming, you can get away in programming with lots of ifs and else. If else, if else, if else, nobody will. Some people will criticize you and will say, this is cyclomatic complexity. This need to be. It has to do with with software engineering. It has to be tested in this way. Now the test coverage will be hard to achieve because all of the branches that has to do with software engineering. But you can get away in programming by writing if, else, if, else, if. Believe me, you just need to know if how to make conditions and how to iterate, and of course functions. The concept of modularizing your to reutilize the code, and that's it. Uh, Software engineers, there is a field of study will tell you, come on now, spend some time designing your code. Uh, and then you can say, these are dark times, like in Castlevania, uh, Lords of Shadow. Okay, Signum. Wait, maybe we'll do that. Enough with AI. Let's go to Wikipedia. The signum function. How did I write it? Signum. Okay. It's a function that has the value -1, +1, or 0, according to whether the sign of the real number is positive or negative. So, uh, yeah, you can say that. The other day I was having a hard time with the absolute value of this that was written in this way in some book. So anyway, okay, this has values. These are numbers. On a programming, you can get signs, and you will not have signs as output. You will have negative numbers or positive numbers. We can have the sign and function helping us. Uh, this is a lot. It's a lot of work. That's why they are promoting byte coding because people we don't want to. There is I don't know. They want you to think that programming is dead, but they are doing programming. This by coding stuff made by these companies, they are programming. They need software engineers, and good software engineers, people who know mathematics. So don't believe them that programming is dead. They need software developers. Those IDEs don't write themselves by itself, by themselves. Uh, but it is a hard topic. Uh, but the product is targeted for more people to enter the programming area, to become easier to enter the programming area, which is great. We are always promoting programming with the public, but not in that fashion. We want the people to think more. It was more like an invitation to think. I was seeing these conferences in the past like this. Get into programming, everybody. Well, I was saying, yeah, get into thinking. Uh, but now there's a get into programming. Just ask for the code. That's not programming according to Leslie Lamport. So get into software application construction, most likely. So now it's not the end of programming. Okay, so we will have this as a base, and if the x is bigger, uh, then we will subtract. There is a lot of things that we can do. We can. There are two functions in JavaScript. Max. mean, the problem is that okay, there is something here. If we find the maximum, here we will take, here it will be 5, and here it will be 5, so no. So if we find the minimum, so no. We can use the max and the min. We will need the concept of region. I didn't want to do that because that only means that there is the concept of quadrant involved somehow, and we are missing the point here. I mean, we are missing the opportunity to really see if there is a formula involved involving rotation that will give us, or translation, I don't know, that will give us these numbers without us having to go with the trickery of finding maximum and minimum or the base. Okay, it seems like we have something. We can try more. Uh, 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 I mean, we can do this in the programming without the mathematics. It will be great. Mathematics, believe it or not. Oh, where is the code editor? My, most likely, how can I explain to you this? Uh, yeah, factorial. Uh, no, not factorial. Because factorial can be expressed like in mathematics with recursion. No, there should be another. We were looking for a formula in here, but in programming we can have that formula in the style of some conditions. Let me think. Yeah, the maximum. Uh, there is a way, uh, but that's because of the nature of the specification of the function to compare. It says that it will give you a negative number if the number is less than the other. Uh, that enables you to perform a subtraction on the numbers arriving as parameters and avoid the if. You can have this subtraction as return expression instead of is a instead of the conditions. Let's use braces. Let's forget about Python. Oh, but Scala tree uses this thing too. So let's not forget about Python. Let's use Scala tree. Okay, this is Scala tree. Oh, but Scala tree has 10. Can we? Oh my God, go off topic very quickly. Let's use Java. So instead of having this set of if and else's, given the specification of the compare function, how is expected to behave, you can do a subtraction instead of going like this. So we were looking for a mathematical expression, uh, but it will take us time. So we are falling back to the if, to the conditions, and say if number, the parameter is less, then it will be negative. Uh, Same for maybe this. We will see. We will work more numbers here. I hope you get this idea. Now let's do some verifications. Okay, now we have, we will use if and else. Doesn't matter. Since lately we have been into mathematics, we were looking for formulas, but we are software developers. Nothing wrong with using if and else. So let's try another set of things. 100, I suppose, is 200. So this will be 200, 200. So it will be the same for 445, 200 to work this. So this is 150. This should be 160. 360 minus 200 will give you 160. So we are fine here. This remains the same, so it's okay. Now let's go outside the thing. Uh, here. Let's suppose it's 50. So this is 100. And this is 50. According to our formula, it should be 300. What we were doing? 350 minus 50. 360 minus 50 is 310. 310 for the x, and this is beyond the 300. Uh, the limit here is 300, so this is outside the draggable area. It seems too far away. Maybe 100, maybe 50 is right here. Most likely here. It was too much visually. Okay, now we were approaching this 100, 200, 210, 220. Let's use 220. Yes, again, 140 is here. Let's go here. Big number like 500. 360 minus uh, minus 500. That will be minus this. Of course, this is beyond the zero. This is beyond whatever this number is beyond the width. It's beyond the dragon area. It seems to work. Yeah, well, this thing works. It gives you the negative number by itself, and the other one does not. B minus 100. That's it. B 360 minus 100 plus 260. B 360 minus 500 is minus. Yes, it's in the negative region of the x. But in here we went crazy. 150 minus uh, my. It seems that y doesn't give problems, but this guy is a little bit. Or maybe we are not seeing the problem that this thing represents. Maybe it will give us problem in other angles. We're going to try this today, tomorrow. 450 minus this guy. That's 5. And 350 minus thing is minus 5. But this is on the. I don't even know what I'm doing. This is on the positive side. So yeah, for X we need to take care of this. Now we are going to try the 90 degrees, and tomorrow we are going to spend 3 hours uh, uh, with 180 degrees, 145 degrees. Maybe a formula will arise from those observations. But for now, this thing seems to work for the 90 degrees rotation. We still have a long way to go. Uh, yeah. Oh my God. Wanted to. I'm going to sleep for 5 minutes. Oh, we have three views, so there are people here in the morning. So, but it seems like in the afternoon we have more people like here. They were live. So after 2 hours, uh, we wanted to right go. Remember, this is loco. We're going to add a lot of the booking. Oh, monk, this is from my studies on the several. Well, in the past, I was invested in learning this stuff. Maybe I will give you. I was trying. An idea has been in my mind for years. I will build a roadmap for aspiring software engineer. Uh, but of course, mathematics needs to be present. The high school mathematics. Uh, uh, Someone will say, "Well, they don't need mathematics." Well, let me show you this. If you are going to write a REST service or consume an API, you don't need mathematics unless you are going to perform some arithmetic operations with data arriving from the API that you are consuming. I'm not trying to trash talk software developers doing microservices or whatever, but if you are doing this other stuff and you're seeing it, uh, the more, the most the more mathematics, the better. Imagine if we know a way in linear algebra, we shouldn't be suffering this. We will know what to do and how things relate to each other. We are not suffering, by the way. We need a little bit. We need to think in a brute force way to come up with these numbers and try. And if you are into linear algebra, maybe, and trigonometry, you have battle tested for millions, well, centuries at least, of years that these things works. This has been for centuries now, and you don't need to know. Say, come on, just is this is the way to go. Maybe the guys in the past were trying to come up with these things, thinking hard. In that fashion, the answer for the problem that we have, believe me, trust me on this one, that it has something to, it has some form like this already discovered. It is already studied, and it has a formula without the if. Nothing wrong with the if on the end. But we are lacking that knowledge. Later, I'm going to do some algebra. I suppose that by March, we will know one or two things again about linear algebra in computer graphics. I call computer graphics this sort of stuff, but maybe computer graphics, most likely. Indeed, it is the case, but I am not into that. If you're going to build Blender 3D, that's computer graphics. If you're going to build Unreal Engine, that's computer graphics. If you're going to build that sort of systems, believe me, you need all the mathematics in the world. But for me, this is enough, and I'm calling this computer graphics because this is the final. For me, this is. There will be more of this, more drawings, circles, exploring some other mathematics with these drawings, but I will never engage in writing some Unreal Engine, something like that. That's a lot. Not because it is a lot of work, because I want to. This is an application, and the other is for more for artists. This is for someone to have at the end of the day draw some lines. It has a limited scope on what you can do. But it is too much. Projective geometry can give you the entertaining of your lifetime only with projective geometry, but still is quite limited in comparing to what you can express with Unreal Engine or Blender. You have seen some little animations in Blender, and you can go big time with Blender if you go to their website. Okay, so we were being silly here. Here, I don't know how I feel about this. Oh my God, very naive. It is time for us to try a little formulas after 2 hours. Most likely, I'm going to buy tortilla. I will leave this for tomorrow. So before something else happened, I will call this 15. I should have started at 10 a.m. to have 3 hours. But I arrived here before 11. But again, the internet, oh my gosh. It was like 20 minutes trying to get the internet to work. Uh, we can do an extra hour at 11 p.m. because again, we were talking a lot about we were drawing mountains. But that's what I think that was great. It enriches the live streaming, so I'm not regretting that point of views, that points of view that I have shared is what I think. Um, okay, we need to have this. I don't like this. If this is going to be a problem, and this thing being repainted here, this thing here, I don't know what we are going to do when we start drawing. I don't know why that rectangle is being drawn. Um, just this has to be done, but let me see something. Well, that thing needs to be done. The rotation needs to be clear. Good. Oh my God, these two also. We need these two, but the draggable should be different. So rod X and rod Y are here, and that's our base. No, that's not the case because we have translated uh, the point over here. So this will be 0, 0. This will be 150. This is not what we want. We want uh, A and B to be. Oh my God. Mm. Um, from this guy, we know where this guy is. C turn X, C turn Y. We need to add uh, X or subtract. That will be a different thing. We have a lot of work to do. So this is C turn X, C turn Y in our variables plus 150 plus X. And that's because we have this thing here. We, uh, we have calculated. We have the rectangle in place. We are starting drawing at -10. If we manage to rework the rotation and find this guy without the negative side, that will be even better. Uh, it will serve us more because we will get rid of the signum function, if you will. Uh, well, remember that we wanted. How can you find this point anyway? Because if we started here, there was an offset, remember. So A, let's use this uppercase. It should be lowercase. Let's adhere to software engineers. Let's not forget we are software developers and software engineers because we are moving toward mathematics. We need at least the things that we have learned about software engineering to remain. But then from the mathematics, we will land again to the software development. I'm just trying to edificate some knowledge that I missed in the past. I mean, looking with new eyes, the mathematics, uh, but not new eyes, a new approach. But it's not a new approach. It should be the same approach that I never did. Maybe. Okay, let's shut up. Let's see turn x plus x equals b should be c turn y plus y. Now we can use translated. Mouse x mouse y. Now we can do the thing. The translation with our formulas, beautiful formulas. It seems like uh, the x coordinate, the y coordinate. Oh my God. Yeah, the x coordinate is easier. Oh, we can. Uh, yeah, like guitar. I cannot name a very well guitar. I'm saying a guitar here, but imagine doing this guitar, const guitar. Come on now. I remember being asked this in the past by a student. He said to me, "Hey, how can I name my variable? What I need to write here? Can I put?" His question was related that is he was able to write whatever he wants, or if the name of the variables has some effect on the program. These were high school students, so it's okay. So every question is great. Uh, so I said, yeah, you can write whatever you want in here, but in the future, you will maybe don't know right away what this thing does, but you can write whatever you want in the variable names. And his question was answered, and the guy was able to move. But that's a valid question that people come up. Even myself, I can. Oh my God! Even myself, that only means that I feel uh, uh, too much. Even me. But it's the same idea. Yeah, I did have that question. That's the correct way to say it. I myself have that question at some point. Yes. But this, in my case, does not imply that I feel more than someone else. That I can assure you. How you can interpret it like that. I think it was a trap in my brain. I know that. So anyway, let's continue. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Ah, so what can I say here? Uh, Mine is done. I don't want to write translated because it's too much of a word. TR, maybe TR. We are going to change this. Oh no, because then we will have try. This is a, a, a reserved keyword maybe in JavaScript because of the exceptions. At least in Java. A keyword. Oh my god, I don't know what to put in here. Um, New X. No, new X sounds like we are going to create a new object. I don't know what to put here. Uh, Estimated. Uh, I'm going to write placeholder. See, yeah. See, yeah. Placeholder X. What is this? This is B minus Y. Oh no. Mm. Okay, now we have placeholder X. Now to calculate placeholder Y, that should be, oh my god, let's use let. This is okay with const, but the other one will need to be let for the time being. Okay, yeah, A. Okay, here we have our if mouse y is less. Ande, if mouse x less than a, based on the y. This is a multiplication and a segment, right? No, no, I need to finish this thing. I don't know if this is rotated. I don't know if this condition is happening in a rotating viewport. Well, how can I know if this is a rotated? Oh, I don't know. The rotation is here. Um, but we are not drawing anything. Mande, okay. Mande! Okay, time to buy tortillas. Time for my lunch. Okay. Let us see very quickly if this is going to work. Yeah, I don't know. Oh my God. Oh, we have these things. We have no need to the console look because let me be very quick. Dragon Ball. Okay, here. What is from Dragon Ball? What? Yeah. I don't know. This is wrong. And this is wrong too. So yeah, we will have an next one later. I need to buy those videos. Bye. Thank you very much.